Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Even with the markets, they're showing nervousness after the Nvidia results. It seemed that the JSE was shielded from that, as we saw the tech sector being the dark spot in a lot of stock exchanges. We are seeing quite a pleasing picture there locally. With the all share, they're showing a gain of more than 0.25%. Those gains largely coming from the Resources 10 complex, advancing more than 0.5%. Financial 15 following there in the same direction with a gain of almost 0.5%, and the Industrial 25 ticking up by more than 0.1%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the US, and it seems that those markets, there was of course an expectation of those markets. They're showing some pressure after there were some disappointments with the guidance from Nvidia, even though it did post triple-digit growth in revenue, but it seems that the markets have eked out gains due to the GDP data that came out from the US for the second quarter. They're still showing a very solid economy. S&P 500, they're up by almost 0.7%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq, they're leading in those gains, advancing more than 1%, and the Dow, they're with an uptick of almost 0.7%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic, and a sea of green on that front as well. The FTSE 100 with a gain of more than 0.4%, the CAC 40 climbing almost 0.75%, and the DAX up 0.61%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene, and we start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of strength coming through to the rand against the US dollar at 17 rand 77, against the pound at 23 rand 40, and against the euro at 19 rand 68. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing. Starting off with the euro dollar, that's standing at 1.10, pound dollar at 1.31, and the yen just above 145 against the US dollar.